Good evening, keepers of the cash. Happy Wednesday. Today we're trying something new. So on Instagram, which I love, they do something different with every day of the week in the comic community that I'm in, right? So you have Mutant Monday, which would be a favorite mutant title, or multiple Mondays, where you show multiple covers of a book that you have that you love. You have Top Variant Tuesday, you have Webhead Wednesday or Women Power Wednesday. They have a couple different for each one, right? Top Variant Thursday or Thor's Day, where you show a Thor comic. First Appearance Friday or Full Face Friday, which is a fun one if you have any comics that have a character's full face on that takes up the whole thing, and so on and so forth. Women Power Wednesday is always one of my favorites, but I do love them all. I like seeing what's in people's collections that's personal to them that they share on Instagram for us to see, and it's always fun. It's always nice. But I wanted to do a Woman Power Wednesday review and see how that did because I love Conan the Barbarian. I love Red Sonja, the Robert E. Howard characters. But anyone that knows me or watches my channel knows that I love strong, powerful women, and they know that I love them in comics as well. My wife is a strong, powerful woman, and in the comics, I've always related to the characters. I've always thought they've had some of the most interesting stories to tell. Much like the mutant characters, the X-Men. There's a fight and a grit to them and humanity that just makes them very engaging. But let's get to it. The book I'm reviewing today is a one shot and it's called Firestar. And this is actually the first Stephanie Hans cover for Marvel Comics. I think she had a cover before this. It was for an independent title, but this was her first Marvel work, her first Marvel cover. So this book in this shape goes for about $20 to $25 on the market. So it's got a little bit of value to it. And unfortunately, I don't think it's for the Firestar character. I think it's for the Stephanie Hans cover. But the Stephanie Hans cover is amazing. The only reason I say unfortunately is because I think the Firestar character is amazing. Angelica Jones is just a great character. And that's why I wanted to start with this. Not her first appearance, which I have, or her first appearance in continuity, which I have. There's two different first appearances for Jessica Jones. Or many of the other issues she's been in, like her miniseries before this, her run throughout the New Warriors, or her Young Allies run. The character is great. We haven't seen a lot of her lately, which I find really sad because I really think she could be one of the keystone characters for Marvel, just with how much empathy the character of Angelica Jones has. But in this one, you have her doing what she does best. She's protecting people, and a lot of times at personal cost to herself. And the book begins Jessica Jones, Angelica Jones in flight, and she's chasing down a couple kids who hijacked a car who don't know there's a baby on board in the back. So she's got to think of a gentle way to stop this vehicle using her microwave energies, and she does, saves the baby. But that's just a quick intro to the story. In this one shot, you see Jessica Jones struggling and just with life in general, right? She's beaten breast cancer. She is a cancer survivor and she's going through her own personal ordeals. Like she doesn't know if she's making the best of her second chance at life. But she's got loved ones around her who are helping her see what she needs to see in herself. She's got Monica Rambeau. She's got her father. And Monica is just one of those strong, stalwart friends. She's there to support Jessica. She's there to let Jessica and Angelica. She's there. I don't know. The Jones last name makes me want to keep saying Jessica Jones, but she's there to support Angelica in any way she can, and lets Angelica know that she needs to think of herself as well as others. That way, she can live a long and happy life and not put herself in any more danger than she's already been, because she is not immune to her own microwave powers. They're what gave her cancer. So here she is. She's in school. She's going for an arts degree, Master of Arts degree. Her father has a new girlfriend, and Angelica goes out with him to meet her, only to find out that the new girlfriend, though awesome, has a daughter that picked on Angelica Jones in high school. And Angelica Jones has to come to terms with the feeling she's having about that, especially when it seems at this dinner that they meet that this woman hasn't gotten any nicer to Jessica as an adult than she was when she was a kid. And so there hasn't been the growing up or maturing process take place in her like Angelica Jones thought. But Angelica's empathetic. She also can see that there's something more going on, that this woman's going through her own trauma. So in true Angelica Jones fashion, she reaches out in her own way to try to connect with this woman. And it backfires at first. And I'm being very vague because I want you to seek out this issue and get it. And she reaches out to her, and through a few trials and tribulations, they find some common ground and a way to connect. And Angelica Jones helps this woman's life, but she's also still questioning her own. Luckily, she's got Monica Rambeau and her father there to let her know that it's okay to make decisions which may seem frivolous to others in their lives but are important to yours. If this is something that's a passion for you, it's okay to embrace it. It's okay to pursue it. And she's a survivor of cancer, so she's going through feelings of, what do I do with this second chance? Are the things that I'm pursuing, are they worthy of the pursuits? Is what I'm doing disgraceful to those who didn't survive? But that's not for her mantle to take on. She has a second chance at life, and she just has to do the best she can to make her life the best that it can be. And this is the lesson she's learning throughout this story. And her friends and her father are around to let her know that, because she is selfless to a fault where sometimes it's at her detriment, as I said. But this is a great story. It has a great wrap up. The art is clean. It tells a good story. And I find that if you're a fan of Angelica Jones, if you're a fan of strong women, or if you're just a fan of a good one-shot story, this is definitely a book for you. I've read this book a few times. I'll keep reading it. I think it's a great story. I had a mother that died of cancer, so this connects to me in a different way. But I love it. I love the relationships in it. And I love that no matter what Angelica Jones is going through, she never turns to the side of being mean or being cruel to another human being. And that is just the epitome of this character. And it's what makes her special and what makes her great. And I really wish Marvel would do something more with her. But this one shot, I'm going to give it A+ all around. I really dig the art. It tells an emotional story, and it just tells a complete story. I love the writing. I thought McKeever did a great job with the writing. Like I said, so Sean McKeever was the writer. Emma Rios was the artist, and we had Stephanie Hans doing the cover art. Like I said, her first cover art for Marvel, so kind of an iconic book in that way. Also, to buy this, you're going to pay $20 to $25. But a great read all around. What I think is a pretty special issue, and a book that I would recommend anyone to read. So that's it for now. Let me know what you guys think of my general overview. I didn't really want to spoil it. And let me know if you're going to check out this book. And let me know what one of your favorite women power stories are in comics. I'd love to know. Let's have a discussion about it. Let me know in the comments below. And if you'd like to see more Women Power Wednesday reviews, please let me know that as well. Until next time, keep it casual.